Phil, thanks for taking your time to talk to Cobra Metal today. I really appreciate it.
Cool.
Just want to start off with this first question here. You're a huge supporter of the underground and extreme music scene, and there are countless videos of you jumping up on stage with bands like Satyricon and Morbid Angel, and even more recently, Accept and Danzig. How do these collaborations come about, and how, do they approach you?
Absolutely. They get up and they ask me if we're at the same festival or whatever. I've known a lot of these guys for fucking a very long time, and yeah, man, they realize it's like a festival occasion, and it's maybe once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime, or just something we like to do anytime we see each other, which is, maybe once every year, 2 years. So yeah, man, they ask me to get up, and if I'm up to it, if I have time, I accept, and we roll on.
Right on. That's really cool, man. Not a lot has been said about your involvement in Ibon with Satyr, Fenris, Maniac, and Killjoy. How did that project start, and is that something you'd ever revisit, or are there any more songs or different collaborations that haven't seen the light of day?
There's plenty of different collaborations that haven't seen the light of day, but specifically with Satyricon, Ibon, it really had nothing to do with me on why it collapsed and fell through. I'll just say that it was I'll leave it at this and not say any fucking thing else, but it was more of a Norwegian misunderstanding. Let's leave it at that.
Wow.
And yeah, man, there's probably 3 extra Ibon songs floating around out there. I think I have some on cassette. So
wow, that's amazing. I remember hearing another track that was online, and there was the main one, the Mere Soul Jesus, and there was another track, but I don't think it had a title. And that's it.
Probably not at the time. We got together. I guess Satyr was staying with me here in New Orleans quite a while back, and then when we did this, and then we knocked out 4 or 5 songs or something like that. And really, the only surviving songs I think I have is a screwed up version of one of them where the tape broke, and actually cassette tape broke, and I had to mend it. And then there's 3 other songs where Satyr sings, I sing one, Killjoy sang another, and I don't even know if Maniac ever had a chance to really contribute, and if he did, I never heard it. So
right.
Yeah, man, so it was one of those things, and once again, it wasn't an American thing. It was more of a Norwegian clash that fucking killed Ibon.
Oh, right on. Cool, man. Well, kind of unfortunate, but that's the way things happen, huh?
It was fun.
Cool, man. Your appreciation for extreme music really shines through on your latest album, Walkthrough Exits Only. And as a fan, it was really hard to imagine you releasing anything heavier than you did with Down, Superjoint, Viking Crown, or even Pantera. What inspired you to write and record the album the way you did?
Well, I just felt like doing something different than I normally do, and I was inspired to do so I acted on it. And, aside from, let's see, I walked through Exits Only and the split that I did with Warbeast, we just did a release of 2 songs, a very short EP, 10-inch, for the Horror Fest that we threw.
Yes.
Housecore Records through, so that's a whole nother vision and side to the whole thing, because really that record doesn't sound anything like Walk Through Exits Only. So, it's just shit that I do, man, and in my spare time, and it's fun, and once again, I do adore, a lot of what's going on in the underground, and so I guess it's just following the natural course and feeling what's
Oh yeah. The reception to the new material has been great by both fans and most credible industry folk alike. Will that compel you to take things to another level musically?
Nah, I'm gonna do what I want, and people are gonna fucking choke on it or throw confetti in the fucking air. I don't give a shit, really.
Yeah, man. That's fucking awesome, dude. Your musical career is legendary, yet you're still active as a contemporary musician amongst bands that you've obviously had much influence on. Looking back, did you ever think you'd still be doing this after all these years? And if not, what was your backup plan if things had not worked out?
Yeah, I don't know any of that shit. I'm a musician, and once again, it's a case of rolling with the flow, man. I just fucking, I don't really think about shit like that. And I guess, if I was, a musician to begin with, and I guess, it's only natural for me to keep on doing music. So I see myself. I guess part two of your question really doesn't exist, in other words. So, I've always seen myself just always, making music and
Fucking
take it or leave it, It's just something that I always fucking am gonna do, and it's just how it is, man.
Sweet. You've overcome many obstacles in your life and career that would have caused most other people to just give up. Yet you use that experience to write some really compelling material. What are the influences currently in your life that kept you going? Or in other words, just what inspires you overall?
That's interesting. I just think that music is it's a wide open space, and I think that there's always room for something. And I can't control what people love or hate, and I'm most certainly not gonna cater to outlets that want me to be something that I'm not. So, I'm always gonna make music, and what inspires me, I guess sometimes it might be younger bands or I guess the more original bands within the underground that really strike me as doing something very fresh, very original, and just to hear these bands innovate and really, I guess, break the mold of what is considered acceptable. I think that's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess brave and bold of them. Yeah. And also, innovative. When I use the word innovation, it's like really, people are so used to song structure the way it really, it's been for years, and any band that steps out of that particular mold and catches my attention, it's I love it. I really do. I love it, and I guess it's that innovative shit that keeps me going, because it lets me know that there's people out there that are thinking out of the box, like I try to. I can only attempt, stuff that is quote unquote, out of the box, but
yeah.
There's so much fucking music out there that some people might say, wow, that's innovative. Some other people might say, well, that reminds me of this, that reminds me of that. Or they might say, well, this sucks. So it's like you can't win them all, but still, man, I just think there's room. I think there's fucking room for a lot of different styles.
Yeah, you can't give up on that.
Nah, shit, no, man. There's a lot of room left out there.
I believe it. Are there any other crazy stories that you can share with us that will be in your upcoming autobiography that you haven't already talked about?
That's something that's kind of been put on the back burner because I've been, honestly, man, the last bunch of months I've been fucking doing this new Down EP, and I just finished doing vocals on that. So that's really where my concentration is. And as far as crazy fucking stories, me and you only got, what, fucking 20, 15 minutes left, it's like, shit, man, to scour my brain right now would be fucking dangerous. So I can't do that. And
not one that stands out at the top of your...
I'm a walking crazy fucking story.
Right on. Well, your record your record label Housecore Records is home to some really awesome and unique bands. In addition to being the label that you released your own album, Walk Through Exits Only, through, are there any bands that you're looking at right now that you're interested in signing? And also, how can bands submit material to your label for review?
Well, to answer the second part of your question, on our website there's a P.O. box, and they can put submissions or mail submission in there, and by God, when I get a chance, I'll fucking listen to it, because, man, I'm so friggin' busy lately, to be fair to bands and really listen with a clear head, and so I can absorb what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
I need to get this fucking down out of the way, or whatever record I'm working on at the time, I need to clear my head from. And when I do find time to do that, there are bands that definitely jump out at me, and whether I have any plans to sign them or not, I do like to try and get in touch with them and just say, hey, big thumbs up on your behalf, I've really enjoyed your music, and just, keep me in the loop, let me know what's going on. But there is a signing that we're about to do that I wish I could say more about, but it's pretty epic and it's pretty big. But until that absolutely happens, then I'm going to keep a lid on it. But there's a band that we just put out, actually something old that they did, I think about 2010 or 11, band called Hymns. And they are fucking very extreme, very, very extreme. And I think that they're, the record that we just put out is like a big precursor to what they have in store. I think they were very young when they did this release that we put out, but there's no doubt about it. It's absolutely extreme, and definitely leaning towards, I guess, black metal, so to speak. But I think that they're broadening their horizons and redefining themselves with their new material. So Hymns is definitely a band to keep an eye out for. There's a band called Child Bite that I actually collaborated with, that we're about to put out. I guess it's an EP, and it's really a nod to anal cunt, and really our experiences with anal cunt. We know that Seth Putnam died
rest in peace,
a year or so ago, or maybe a little bit longer, and really I was good friends with Seth for a very long time. And Child Bite wanted to do an EP. They wanted me to sing on it. It's a bunch of songs off of the Morbid Florist record. So that was fun to do. And really, Child Bite is a trippy band in themselves. And I know they're looking for a new drummer right now, but I think we're going to do some business with them, because they're weird, man. They're different, and very hard for me to categorize, honestly. So yeah, man, I got my eye on a couple bands, and we have our goals set on one biggie that I wish I could fucking just scream to the world, but man, right now I can't do it till the ink is dry on the fucking contracts, and we're just up and rolling. So,
Can you give us a hint, maybe? Can you like tell us what country they're from?
I'll say it's the United States band, and the guys in the group are very, 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 very cute.
Right on. Cool. I appreciate that extra bit. So, your Housecore film festival was a big success this year, and it was your first time throwing it. As for next year, what do you plan on doing as far as like expanding, or even have any bands in mind that you want to have perform, or already have, set to perform, if you're already that far in the process?
Well, there's always bands, that we talk about and we discuss, and I guess it's a matter of logistics and also travel and shit like that, because there's a lot of bands that from outside the United States that I would love to have come down and play. But in my opinion, the Horror Fest itself went very well. For everybody keeps saying year one, and it's true, it's year one, but really it was a lot smoother than I figured, and very relaxed atmosphere. Everybody was super cool. The bands were fucking great. All the specialties were fantastic. Meaning, Goblin and them scoring Suspiria and their set in general, and Dale from the Melendez jamming with I Hate God, stuff like that. Man, really really interesting and fun. So, as far as next year goes, all I can say is, with all the fucking movies that are out there, yes, that we can definitely reload and get a clean slate and put a docket up of 100 movies that we didn't show this first year, that I would love to show year two. And I think the same can be said for the bands too. There's always a shitload of bands in mind. I can't be specific, but I think right now everybody's honestly just getting over this fucking fest and getting through the holidays and kind of taking a break from everything. So we'll put our heads together early first quarter of next year, coming right up, and fucking hopefully score some of these fucking bands that we really want. And in my opinion, I think some of the bands that played this first year, could come back around and play again, because I think, some of them really want to, so,
awesome.
So we'll see, man. It's all speculative at this point.
Fucking A. So recently, you guys, or I should say, Phil Anselmo and the Illegals were just announced to play the Hellfest next year. And that's a really big and amazing lineup as far as I can see. I know you've played festivals like this before, and just the fact that it's your newest, creation, your latest band. How excited are you to share this music with, people over in France and just people from around the world that are going to come and see you guys live for the first time?
Well, honestly, I didn't even know really if it was a done deal. So,
yeah, you guys are on there. I mean, every ad I've seen all the recent ads floating around like the last day, and you guys are on there.
Well,
but I don't know.
That's good news. That shows you how consumed I've been with this fucking new Down record, man.
Good.
So, honestly, Hellfest is awesome, and fucking Hellfest is great. That's one of the best festivals I've ever fucking been a part of, and it's fucking fantastic, and great white wine, and great camaraderie, and great bands, and fucking great fucking awesome time, man. So either way, man, to be able to play with the Illegals is obviously an
Sweet. It's gonna kind of go off for subject for a little bit, but still involving music very much. It's if you could control both time and space and throw the ultimate gig with any 4 bands of any era, what bands would you want to play in no particular order?
What do you mean, like bands outside of?
For example, like if I was to say my dream gig would be, you know, like Pantera, Pink Floyd, like Mozart, like going off the scale kind of who you could think of.
Oh wow!
Top four of you know.
All right. Well, I'll say, and this is, you know, this could be a mixture of a fucking. I could probably answer this question like 20 different times, 20 different bills, but I'll say, since you're being so
it'll be your own
eccentric here, I'll say Luigi Russolo, Portal. Oh man, this is tough. Oh my God. The Smiths, the Beatles, and that's already 4. Isn't it?
Throw one more.
Well,
Just.
Oh shit. Either Slayer, Circa Hell-Awaits, or God, now, little fuck. Because I got Celtic Frost in my fucking Slayer, fucking Judas Priest. What tour would I pick? Probably fucking British Steel tour or fucking something like that. Yeah, you can make up anything. I don't know. But Luigi Russolo and fucking who's the godfather of noise, and you might want to Google him, and fucking Portal definitely, and then any other mixture of awesome bands after that.
Fuck yeah, that was wild. And you know, lastly, who do you think is going to beat Floyd Mayweather, and can he be beaten?
I think Floyd, the only person that can beat Floyd is Floyd. And, you know, that could happen a number of ways. You know, if he loses focus and thinks he's just going to get by on pure talent and doesn't do all of his training and whatnot, and comes into a fight overconfident, you know, they can happen to anybody that's getting up there in age. But I don't see Floyd being that type of guy. I see him crossing his T's and dotting his I's all the time, and he's a workout warrior. But if he really wanted to test himself like the real greats do and have, like Sugar Ray Leonard and Duran and fighters of that ilk who moved up in weight and really challenged themselves, Floyd's really stayed at this weight that he's at, whatever catch weight that is, just under fucking welterweight or whatever, or junior middleweight, whatever it is, for a very long time. And I think he's most comfortable at that weight, which makes it very, very hard to beat. You know, that straight right hand that he throws is a thing of beauty, and it looks like, really, you know, it looks so natural. It's like he might have came out of the womb of throwing that fucking straight right hand like that. So, you know, that's a talent, man. That's a gift. So I don't know. The only person that can beat Floyd is Floyd.
Right on. Cool. Well, I really appreciate your time. Everybody here at Cobra Metal is super stoked to fucking have you. I don't think you really realize how big fans we are, but
oh man,
amazing. Heavy fans of yours, man.
Thank you, buddy. It means a lot to me, man. It really does, and I appreciate the time. And I gotta be honest with you, just a little cluttered right now, man, with so much shit going on. And
no, that's
when I wrap up a record, I'm a little burned out. Yeah. So don't think it in a slight, man. I just finished this fucking down record,
and I'm just
a little smoked. young brother.
No,
but I appreciate it.
understandable,
Very much
man.
appreciate it.
You are a fucking legend, bro. It's just it's amazing to talk to you, and we're really looking forward to seeing you at Metal Masters. Unfortunately, you guys aren't doing an Illegals tour in the LA or SoCal area, so we're gonna have to catch you at Metal Masters. But we're looking forward to the time you guys do come out as the Illegals in this area. But
yeah, man. Well, fucking everything this year is fucking cluttered and crammed because of I guess trying to balance out between the two bands, and I'm kind of I'm a little disappointed that we don't get to fucking travel a little bit further and play certain shows, but I think we will eventually make our way around there and do our thing, man. So once again, brother, I totally appreciate it, and thanks for having me.
Yeah,
and
for taking your time out to do this, dude.
Oh, brother, that's all right, man. I appreciate your time, man.
Right on. Well, until 2014, I guess, have a fucking awesome, holiday season, and have a great New Year, man.
You too, brother, and hopefully we talk again ASAP.
Right on. Sounds good.
All right, brother.
Take care.
Later, man.
Peace.